Hi, Cartes Ross with TshirtRiches.com. Today I got a couple of questions that I get quite often, very common. So I figured today I'd answer them in an email. These questions come from Dwayne out in the Netherlands. And also, before I answer these, if you have questions, do not hesitate to email us. Our email address is TshirtRiches@gmail.com. It's TshirtRiches@gmail.com. Also visit our website at www.TshirtRiches.com. And you can click on the contact us link there and email us. We'll be glad to answer any questions you have about getting started in this business. So right first, let's go ahead and get started. How much do you need to get started in the business as it relates to equipment, materials, t-shirts, etc.? This answer to that varies because each person is at a different financial level. Some of you all can start out by buying used equipment. Some of you all might not want to buy used, and that's fine as well. But if you're like me, I was trying to bootstrap and get going, so I had to borrow equipment. I had to buy used stuff in the beginning, and all the stuff works out fine. Heat press machines range anywhere from $395, and you can pay as much as $2,000 to $3,000 for a heat press machine. Again, if you buy used, you can find some very great deals on Craigslist. You can also find great deals on eBay. And you also keep this in mind: if you don't see any listings in your immediate area on Craigslist, don't hesitate to look outside your immediate area in some of the other larger cities. You might have to drive an hour or two or three to go pick up the machine, and that's fine because you can get some great deals on Craigslist. Lots of people who bought these machines thought they were going to do something with it, and they never touched the machine. Other people are getting out of the business, so it's a great opportunity. Like in my location, I'm about 45 minutes from Atlanta, and if I go the other way, I can be in Chattanooga in 45 minutes to an hour. I can also be in Charlotte, North Carolina, inside of 3.5 hours as well. So don't hesitate to go outside your immediate area when searching on Craigslist. I found some great deals on Craigslist. I see them on Craigslist all the time. Again, don't worry about buying used. For those of y'all who want to buy new equipment, you want to pay a little bit more or a lot more for the equipment. And I would encourage you to, let me answer this other question first. There's people find these cheap machines on eBay that range anywhere from like $295 to $395, and they email and ask, is it too cheap to get started? If you're just getting started in the business and you're tight on money, I would encourage you to go ahead and buy the machine. If it lasts a year, guess what? You're only out of $295, and hopefully within that year's time, you've managed to make some money, make your investment back, and then at that point, you can upgrade your equipment. The reason I say that is because if you're able to save the amount of money, the upfront cost on getting started, you can use the rest of that money or the bulk of the money towards getting your designs made. You can also use it towards marketing and advertising your business, which is key. And you want to need a website to do that. And in our course, we actually show you how to build a website from scratch, step by step. So our goal here is to try and save you as much money as possible in terms of getting started in this business. In terms of the equipment and materials, again, there's not a lot of equipment that you're going to need. The main thing you're going to need is the heat press machine, a kitchen table, or a nightstand if you're going to be doing it in your bedroom, which is what we did when we first got started. Again, not a lot of equipment. Most of the stuff that you're going to be working with is the machine and getting your designs made. And then once you get your designs made, you're going to get them put onto the transfers. And then once you get the transfers, then at that point, you'll transfer them on to the t-shirt. As you can see, there's not a lot of stuff required. In terms of getting your designs made, if you're like me, I'm a person who can't even draw a stick figure. So what I had to do was kind of sketch out my designs or draft them up on a piece of paper and email it, scan it or email it, or take a picture now with your cell phones and email it to a graphic artist. They'll take your ideas, they'll draw them up for you and draft them out until you approve it. And that way you don't have to know how to draw. Lots of folks email asking, do they need to get Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator and all this advanced software? My advice, that software is extremely difficult to learn how to use. And these people who are masters at Photoshop eat, drink, live, breathe Photoshop. They do this stuff all day. They've been working with Photoshop for years. Now, if you're already a graphic designer, if you're already a graphic artist, then obviously you won't need to pay a graphic artist to design your stuff. But if you are not capable of drawing and you don't know how to use the software, I'd encourage you to pay a graphic artist to do it for you. You'll save yourself a lot of time, a lot of headache, and a lot of energy. And then besides, the bulk of your bulk of your time should be spent marketing and advertising your business, not trying to figure out how to use software, because the software is not the thing that's going to allow you to make money. It's the marketing and advertising of your brand or your company that's going to make you the money. In our course, we show you how to connect up with graphic freelancers that specialize in graphic design, and they will craft your designs for you for literally pennies on the dollar. You don't have to go out there and pay these graphic artists $500 or $1,000 per design. You can get them done for very cheap, and we're going to show you exactly step by step how to get that done. I don't draw anything unless it's words. I can do that. Materials, I've already discussed that. T-shirts. In our course, we reveal a bunch of wholesalers that are available where you can go and buy T-shirts at Blank T-shirts Wholesale, whether it's blank T-shirts, blank sweaters, blank hoodies, long sleeve tees, etc. Aprons, canvas tote bags, all types of stuff you can print on. And we'll show you all that stuff as well. His other question was, do you use a heat press all the time, or do you ever silk screen print? Do you ever use silk screen? I have used screen printers, and I still do use screen printers on a regular basis. Sometimes I primarily deal with church fundraisers and wholesaling to churches. So lots of times we get bulk orders. That's the majority of our business. So if somebody calls me up and orders 500 transfers, and if it's like one color or two color, I might be able to get it done so cheap through a screen printer that I use them. And when you're dealing with one and two colors, and if you're buying in large quantity, you can generally get some great deals. So I do use screen printers. And also, for those of you all that are just getting started, who don't have a heat press machine and don't have the money to do all that, don't have the money to get your graphic designs created, don't have the money to get the transfers and all that stuff set up, then I would encourage you to use a screen printer. If you have like 3 or 4 designs that you need to get onto a shirt so you can at least get it up on the web or in the marketplace so people can see your designs so you can start getting orders, by all means, go through a screen printer, get a few shirts printed up just so you can get your designs in hand. Because if you don't have your designs or your t-shirt designs available, having that stuff stored in your head is worthless. So yeah, use a screen printer. My goal here, and one piece of advice I generally say all the time, just get started, just get going. Don't try and wait until all the finances are in alignment. It just never happens. Don't wait till the perfect opportunity. Just get started now. If you can only get started with one t-shirt design, start there. And if you need to use a screen printer to get some designs made, that is absolutely okay. T-shirt transfers is not the only way. It's just the way I've done it. And again, I do use screen printers on a regular basis. How much do you spend on buying transfers, and how much t-shirts do you make with them to store? I don't think I understand that, but the cost of transfers vary. If it's almost like screen printing, it's cheaper if you're only getting one color as it relates to transfers. It's cheaper if you only get 2 colors versus 3 colors, 3 colors versus 4 colors, etc., etc. Also, another thing that determines how much the transfers are is how many you buy. Just like screen printing, if I bought one transfer, then I'm going to pay a heck of a lot of money. But if I buy 50 transfers, my cost gets cheaper. If I buy 100, it gets cheaper. If I buy 500, it gets cheaper. And so again, it depends on the number of colors in the designs, depends on how many you order. So there's a variety. There's some ways you can bring your cost down, of course, depending on your design, on the size of the design. You might be able to get 2 designs onto one sheet, thus bringing your cost for the actual transfer itself, cutting it in half for the design. So there's a variety of things and techniques that you can do to bring your costs down. We discuss all of them in our T-Shirt Riches training program. So if you have any other questions, leave your comments below the video here at the website. If you're watching this on YouTube, go to the website, click the link above, go to the website, leave your comments on the website, or leave them here if you need to, and we'll be glad to address any questions you have. If you'd like to jumpstart and move forward with your t-shirt business faster, take a look at our course at www.TshirtRiches.com. Click on the link that says training course at the top of the nav bar, and we'll be glad to help you get going. My name is Cartez Ross with TshirtRiches.com. Have a great day.